And we're back with some more Rimworld. And first up, we are here to acquire a fancy new weapon from a bunch of criminals. Well, okay, maybe not criminals. Crypto sleep warriors. Basically, people from a forgotten era who woke up and went, well, I don't have any money now, time for some crime. And we're going to anti-crime them and take the masterwork weapon one of them's got. Should have unique traits. Hopefully good ones. I would advise you can get bad ones, but I don't think we've seen any of those so far. I figured we'd land over here and send in a scouting force. The scouting force will consist of Sister Vex. Ooh, slow this down. Ooh, and Quest. I think we're going to accept this one. Hunt for the Dragon. It's a grav core. All we have to do is go find some guy and kill him, and we get a grav core. It's like 59 days. Where are you? View planet? We're over here on the leftish, and this thing's up here. Actually, that's pretty doable. There's a rare thrombo down here, an alpha thrombo. We can go tackle the alpha thrombo and that one at the same time. And now, of course, the ship has completely changed orientation, so I have to adapt my brain to, yes, now things are a different way. Okay, is everyone got their sleeping good to go? And, oh, yeah, we're going to have to strip mine this place of wood. We've been using wood to fuel our chem fuel addiction, and we just need more, I think. Constantly, always more. You guys almost finished sleeping? And, oh, our people have already attacked Kobo. He's probably going to be angry. Let's make sure... Oh, you got a heavy SMG. You're not a problem. Cool, cool. Oh, we got more. All right, what gear you got? You got pump shotgun. Bio-coated submachine gun. Low shield pack. Low shield. Low shield's not good. We need to zap low shield guy. Okay, wait. Which one of you is zapping low shield guy? You're zapping low shield guy. And all the rest of you, don't shoot him. Because if you shoot him, he'll set off the low shield, which we want. And now you can shoot whoever you'd like. Oop. These guys are leaving cover pretty easy. It's a shotgun and a... I'm not too worried about those two, to be honest. You strip them. If they get a bullet clipped near them, they will activate that low shield. And oh, never mind. What do we got? Assault rifle normal? Don't care. Ugh! Incinerator. I don't like incinerators. Yeah, we have a vampire on the team, so anything that shoots fire is a problem. Psychic Insanity Lance, however, will help with that problem. Oh, no, he went around the corner. Damn it! What do you got? Assault rifle normal, bio-coated machine pistol, chain shotgun... Damn it! I wanted that guy insane. Not gonna help. No. Have him go there, and we'll get that. We'll get the incinerator guy in a second. Ooh. Yeah, guys out in the open. Guys out in the open. Eat Psychic Insanity Lance. And you keep running around a bit. Yeah, your shield belt's gone, so maybe we should... Actually, dare we risk jump in here? I say we dare. Yep, perfect. This guy should be getting insanity. Excellent. Once they're insane, they shouldn't use their weapon. They should try and get into melee range. Oh! Right arm destroyed, completely crippled them. Yep, that's exactly what you like to see. So we need to make some new armor for Sister Vex. Their time has been very, very brutal, and they've been healing faster than, well, we can do damage. Or we can... Ooh, yeah, that guy's down. Berserk guy's not going to use his flamethrower. Ooh. And done. Oh. Another low shield pack? You know what? No shooting. I would like another low shield pack. Oh, you know what? Strip that guy now. Ow! Yeah, strip them quick before you go... Oh, that's a mine. I don't think we have much of a choice. I think we have to get out of here. Oh, fleeing fire. Yeah, Sister Vex got near fire. Ooh, nope. I had turned off their shooting at will. Problem solved. Sister Vex, back under control. Yeah, strip them. Just low shield packs are incredibly valuable. Who's this? What do you got? Chain shotgun normal. What do you got? Charge rifle of torment. Okay, this looks like what we're looking for. Comes with aim assist. Plus 120% to accuracy at all ranges. I think we want to hard target them. Okay, you need to get in there quickly. They're probably far more accurate than we would like, and oh, there's another low shield. That's a problem. Okay, so you guys, there's no point really doing anything against that guy, is there? You know what? Go inside. Like, if those guys just shoot at him, it's pointless. He's got a low shield on. That's why low shields are so freaking powerful. And head it destroy. Do you have still got flame shots left in that? I'm pretty sure you're the guy who flamed us earlier. Nah, you look to be dry. But we are near fire. Get in there quick. No need to jump, but... Ow. And come on. You've missed him. Hey, you know what? You guys get back to... Ooh, actually, I kind of should get them in here so we can strip that guy before he burns alive. We want his low shield. 2 low shields are better than none. In fact, you guys might as well come in here. Done. If you could just get in there long enough to strip that guy, that would be great before you go crazy. Actually, just capture him. That'll put him out. You guys... Maybe put out the fire? I don't want this place burning down. This pawn is absolutely awesome. Look at this. Steadfast. Reduced mental break threshold. Masochist. Likes pain. The more pain they experience, the happier they feel. Body modder means the more bionics you stick at them, the happier they're going to be. Passion in crafting. Artistic. Mining, melee, and shooting. They would make a wonderful, like, perfectionist or crafting specialist. Damn. And they've already got a passion in melee and shooting. They would be... Oh. Well, unfortunately, we don't need one of those. So instead, they're just lunch. We'll grab some lunch out of this one as well. Why not? Crafting, intellectual. Oh, man. And a fast learner? Ooh, do we want the sterilizing stomach? No, that one's vulnerable to EMP. Yeah, EMP would be... I don't fancy dealing with that. Anyway, we're putting these out real quickly, and then once we've done that, we're going to grab all the gear. Also, we're going to strip a bunch of the bodies and take... We're going to start processing old armors. Oh, we're also going to nick the recon armor that's lying in the place. We're going to strip down anyone that's got marine armor, recon armor, even if it's tainted, and then we're going to break it down for parts. We're going to have to start making our own. What the hell? This one's 13, has an 18 double passion in shooting, passion in construction, mining, animals, crafting. Well, their health issues are pretty extensive, but that's all recently inflicted. And like, they're an undergrounder. These are like... Some of these pawns are really good. I should have done a recruitment spree. Like, just go... Look at that. Crafting, artistic, shooting. Pyromaniac. Never mind. There are some bad ones. I mean, obviously. Slothful. Fast learning nudist. Yeah, okay, so not all of them are perfect, but quite a few of these are quite good. A kind, nimble body modder with the... Oh... Yeah, I would like to sort of do a playthrough where you start with 3 pawns and then only recruit from this sort of crowd. It would be interesting. In the background, we have also been acquiring all of the gene processing tech. Might as well. We've got a few genes we could possibly use just as a baseline pack for everyone. And we've also knocked out all of marine armor, which is why we're scrapping up these pieces that are tainted, like this piece over here. Oh, finally, the 2 colonists we've had for ages. Yep, auto-load. Just auto-load, get rid of them. James and Kirk here need to get out. Oh, did I give them... Please tell me they're not loaded up with a bunch of drugs. No, they are not. Sometimes the people that are part of the quest, they load up on all the drugs you've got that are active. So, where are you? Ah, shelter for friends. So, we should get ourselves a Silink Neuroformer the moment these 2 take off. You done? Yep, we're done. And we got our Silink Neuroformer. Excellent. Now it's time to finish off our little palace. We're going to put it out to there, but I'm doing it 1 tile at a time, just in case we're forced to leave. Okay, they're willing to pay us for putting some people up with either honor, a book and some uranium, or an actual person. These are high mates. genetically engineered companions. One of the things they come with is psychic bonding, meaning they bond for life. Romance attempts always succeeds, gains psychic bond with the first romantic partner, meaning they're linked to them forever. Violence is disabled, they have kind instinct, they can't fight, but look at the stats on these ones. I feel like now that we've got our 10, they're like, oh, here, would you like some super stat pawns? In all fairness, I wouldn't take them. They're incapable of violence, so despite all of the good stuff they've got going on there, no thank you. And no health conditions, and 24. Oh, I feel that's mean. No, we're not taking that one. We're not taking it. Now, would someone please get around here and move all of these armors inside? We want to start smelting them up. Well, look at here. That's a whole bunch of chem fuel. Well, that's good. We needed it. Well, we're going to go on a tree chopping spree, and after that, we'll hopefully have enough chem fuel to last us a lot longer. And I'm advised to start taking these ancient mining charges with us, so we're going to uninstall those and store them on the ship, preferably somewhere with an explosive break. I have installed the mod We Have a Trader based on some suggestions in the comments. It basically tells you when this trader is going to leave. It's just a handy way to know, oh, I've got 15 hours before this orbital trader goes away, as opposed to wondering, how long do I have now? Or when, because you didn't notice them or something along those lines. Something along those lines. And you guys should maybe enable those again so that we can sell some stuff. Oh, a very good question I got recently is, why do I exclusively make tail caps? They're not the best. They're obviously not. They're most definitely not. However, if you go into show what a trader will buy, and you do this with all of the different traders, you'll find that when it comes to this particular trader, the combat one, and you go under apparel, tail cap is the only piece of apparel they'll buy that you can make out of leather. Okay, heavy bandolier as well. And all the rest requires steel or something else. So if you kill a lot of animals and you end up with a lot of leather that you want to sell, you either sell the raw leather to someone else, because they won't buy that either, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they don't even buy the leather. So this crowd here, these weapons traders, will buy tail caps, allowing you to turn your leather into something you can sell to them. Tail caps are sellable to, well, all the other traders as well, except for exotic good traders. Exotic good traders will not buy anything or any produced leather products. And most of the other traders will buy things like dusters and stuff like that. But I just like tail caps because when I was playing on the ice sheet, it was the one thing I could be sure I could offload. Whenever a trader come by, it was absolutely essential to sell as much as possible, which is why I stuck with tail caps. We're just going to buy some medicine. But I've also been reminded we picked up a death rest capacity serum in one of our quick trades before we came here. I should really give that to Vex. During that last fight, Timbronia lost her stomach. Got shot out by that fancy charge rifle. Thankfully, Kugarian is off cooldown on their healing, so if they're lucky, they got themselves a flesh tentacle. Hey, you and Vex are now, you're both on the same page. Right shoulder. You both have right-shouldered flesh tentacles. Good job. Lucky you both. Speaking of Kugarian, they now have 2 bionic eyes. They can see completely. Well, they will once the anesthetic wears off. And they're also getting themselves a new arm. We built them all these parts ourselves, just so that the monk can be up and about. I would have really liked to get them a second leg right now, but we kind of want the advanced components for other things. When it comes to the new weapon we have acquired, Gank has the high-capacity anvil. The reason they have it is, well, they're 20 shooting. And I think it's kind of fitting that this old soldier has basically a futuristic AK-47 that's basically got overpowered rounds. It makes it a little less accurate. They can handle the kick. They've been around a while. And they get a burst shot multiplier. It's all about that damage downrange. Then this one here will go to our second best shooter, which was Kristazax. Kristazax here has an incredible 17 in shooting, and currently they're equipped with a Masterwork Assault Rifle. Instead, they're going to get to equip this new state-of-the-art aim-assisted charge rifle. They shouldn't miss a shot, and 3 shots of 20 damage apiece, that's 60 damage. Like, they're going to shred stuff. Ask Timbronia about it. She got her stomach literally blasted out of her by that rifle. Then the Masterwork Assault Rifle will be inherited by Kenneth as our next best shooter. Some thrombos have shown up on the map, and this time I intend on not missing any of them. There's only 3. It should be really hard for me to mess this up. All of you, you're on hunt detail. Excellent. Well, that one's not getting back up again anytime soon. They do take a fair bit of shooting to go down, but that's okay. We've got some special guns, and we're going to have even more special guns soon enough. Now, you two, die. We're going to perform a little bit of renovations while we're here. We've got a steel patch over here. At the same time, we do have all the vac stone that we've been carting around with us, and we've turned enough of that into gravlite panels that we should be able to fill out the area we're going to turn into our little royal palace. And we're also going to move the passenger shuttle back over here. Just lots of little movements that need done to make the ship that little bit more livable. Been a while since I've seen two combat suppliers show up at the same time. That's very rare. Let's see if they've got anything worth taking. This guy has a cataphract helmet. Excellent. I cannot say no to that. Considering our vamp can only die from getting a headshot, I think the best head protection possible is in order. So we're going to take that. And cool. Yeah, call the other one as well. I maybe should have checked both of them before I started committing, but you know what? I was very committed to that cataphract helmet. This guy doesn't even have any helmets. Oh, damn. They have the tech print for cataphract armor. And we can't afford it. That is unfortunate. What if we even sold all of our gold? I am actually willing to sell a couple of masterwork vac suits and a recon armor we just picked up. Because, yes, this is worth it. Getting that cataphract tech print knocked out now means we can start getting into the heavier armors. Where's that landing? Excellent. Sister Vex. Force wear that cataphract helmet immediately. Your brain pan is vitally important. That will protect your brain pan. That marine helmet can go to... Well, it's probably going to be trashed shortly. It's pretty weak sauce by this point. We are moving our shuttle from one side to the other. Yeah, there we go. That'll spent 50 chem fuel and did really nothing much on top of that. But it got this out of the way so we can now integrate this room here into our royalty section. So I just realized it takes 2 of these cataphract tech prints to actually unlock what we want. So we've only got one of them. We need a second one to unlock it completely. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, we spent some money for it, but I'm more than willing to make that sacrifice. The armor is the best in the game. I think another quick quest is in order. Sister Vex. That should be 10 more honor for you once we defend a shuttle. Wow, you're actually... A distance over here, over here. Oh, and I should make sure a couple of our pawns have shield belts, just in case this gets hairy. Having a shield belt, insanity lance, shock lance, a little bit of everything really does, it gives you options. Well, 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 what do we got here? Okay, so there's 18 of them. Yeah, relatively human, except for the pig snouts. I would just like to point out that finding someone with artistic and crafting, there's only one here, and they're a greedy torture artist. We've got lucky on a few things here. Oh, they have one low shield pack. That guy's gotta go. And, ooh, a few marine armors. Okay, but Mitch here is a problem. We need Mitch to go down, because if they get that low shield pack up, they'll actually become an annoying problem to deal with. Probably should have set up some barricades and stuff, but I'm getting sloppy. Also, I'm probably too comfortable with our current setup. Now, who's got the Psychic Insanity Lance? Oh, yeah, just start shooting whenever you feel like it, ladies. Whoever's up front gets shot, and that guy there... Oh, what the hell happened? Hey, you've got the Psychic Insanity Lance. You've got the Psychic... Ooh, nope, 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 nope. We just want one of you using the Psychic Insanity Lance. That's fine. Okay, so they set off his low shield in the completely wrong spot. Perfect. Vex. We should probably fall back a bit. This has been terrible positioning on my part. Okay, yes, horrifically messy. Should have set up some cover beforehand. That was just way more pain than we needed to go through. Yeah, I feel like I was a bit lazy there. Next time, I swear, I'll be, I don't know. I just feel like Sister Vex here could handle so much on her own. I'm getting a little bit sloppy. I need to be far more careful in future. We have finally got our hands on some excellent marine armor for Sister Vex. They're now fully protected. That's a sharp protection of 137% on their torso. Their head's got 156%. They're not quite immortal, but they're pretty damn close. Combine that with their tough trait and the robust gene they've got, should be almost impossible to one-shot them. We have partially upgraded our ship. We need to actually install the throne room and the sleeping quarters for Vex. At the same time, we stripped off everything we need from this section. We got plenty of chem fuel. We're now back up to 862 in storage. It's not plenty, but it's enough that I feel reasonably comfortable. And it's time to start launching again. First one, hunting site. We need to get some killing in because it's part of our religion, so we need to capture this place, or well, wipe out this settlement, get a nice mood bonus out of it, and then move on. I'm pretty sure the enemies are going to come out of this building for some reason. This is the resource one. They came out of here the last time. Also, we're going to land here so that we've got a nice pond for everyone to, I don't know, fish or swim in, or whatever. It just seemed kind of nice to do it that way. Also, I think we crushed that animal. Yeah, everything you land on is basically destroyed. Can't land on buildings, though. Overheated grav engines? Oh, come on. It's fine. Alright, all of you. Front line. Sister Vex, get up here. Whoa, 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 whoa. How did they get out that quickly? Yeah, we need some way to make them stop doing that. Oof. Quick. Give me another one right there. That's not great. Shoot that. Damn it, there's a bunch of them too close, and I want them dead. I think we have to fall back. They're just, like, swarming us. And you can hear Sister Vex just going smash. Back to here. Vex. Jump to there. Whew. That was messy. What the hell was that noise? Surprise reinforcements? 78 humans. 83 humans. I'm very surprised. I am very, very surprised. Like, super duper surprised. Like, this feels hella broken surprised. This needs to go. Uninstall. Gank, can you do that? Oh, yeah, go here. Hold back a little bit more. Okay, one group's fleeing. That just leaves two more groups. We are in so much trouble. Like, just so much. Sister Vex, how you doing? Okay, you got a few scratches. How is everyone else doing? Left pinky's been cut off. Sorry about that. Vex, maybe you can do some triage to help everyone out. Who's got the worst bleedouts? Yeah, we're going to need everything we can get. And the ship is trapped here for 4.4 days. Like, I feel like something bugged out here. That's a lot. Like, that is so much. These barricades are actually going to cause more... I need to think. Maybe there's something we can do, but I'm pretty sure we don't have anything that can handle this. I'm going to send Michael to grab some grenades. That's pretty much all we got. We didn't bring anything. Maybe we could start an inferno outside with Molotovs, but then we're going to have them passing through us and causing problems on the other side. Like, there's all sorts of issues to that sort of behavior. Vex, give us another coagulate there if you wouldn't mind, buddy. Expendable, how you doing? You looking good? Cool. We're just going to have to patch up everyone as best we can and then just leave it at that. Your hemogen levels are super duper low. Maybe grab a quick snack before everyone shows up. You know what? Nope. Okay. That has been surprisingly effective, but there's still way too many. Oh, God. Oh, God. We don't have psi powers. We got nothing. This might actually be a wipe. I don't think we can survive this. No, we can't do that either. Oof. Low shield pack? Yeah, pop it. We don't really have a choice. Hunter drone, can you get it out there? Yeah, go for it. Oof. Like, I think what we have to do is actually start using the grenades from a little bit further back. Because the grenades are actually doing it here. Oh God, they're pushing through. Oh, that's a lot. Tribespeople from the Confederacy are fleeing. That's good. Gank? Honestly, only losing one person so far, I'm kind of shocked. Damn it, Gank. What else do we have? I don't think we got anything that can actually be used at this point. We've used it all. We've got fire, but the moment we start using fire spew, that causes us more problems. Give me an insanity lance there, why not? Who's... Oh, never mind. Did they all break? Oh my God. That was... No! That's a grenade. I need everyone to run that direction immediately. Okay, don't worry. Expendable got hit. Vex. Sister Vex is... They're down. They're bleeding out in 6 hours. Okay. This was supposed to be a quick smash. It's a quick smash and grab. We got a dead colonist, and then, like... Thanks, Randy. You really know, like, I thought it was safe. Everything was going calmly, coolly, nothing too crazy. And now Paige, one of our prisoners, is down. Combe is okay. Did they actually do anything to the Tough Spike? Tough Spike, now they left them alone. They just went in and vandalized the place and ran back out again. Oh my God. How many did we kill? 88. I mean, they did a good job. They took down a lot, like an awful lot. Now, are any of them still alive and crawling around so we can capture them? Because I'm pretty sure Vex is going to need a lot of blood, like an awful lot of blood. How are they doing? They took a hell of a pounding. Respect that they stayed on their feet that long. They're the only reason we're still alive. Let me see what we can clean up and save and salvage. Sister Vex needs to do a little bit of feeding here. Yeah, we don't care. We're just gonna chow down and top them all the way back up on blood. Yeah, we have no problems with them being unconscious, considering that how many of them is here? 88. Sister Vex lost a leg over this. Actually, sorry, an arm. They lost their left arm, it's completely gone. Thankfully, Kugarian's still alive. Their unnatural healing will be off cooldown. Gank? Gank is gone. Okay, Vex, I know you are hard as nails, but you have 29 conditions that need tending, and maybe going for a swim in marine armor, now's not the best time. So just pop in, lie down on the bed for a bit, we'll take care of you. Also, yeah, Gank's going in the fridge for now. There's a decision to be made on that front. I know, buddy. I know. It's been a rough day. Enjoy your stargazing. Sister Vex is going to need 2 arms going forward if they want to keep doing what they were doing. At the same time, we need to get them their hammer back. And I would just like to point out just how much they tanked in the last fight. We just had crafted them this new marine armor. It knocked 34% resistance off it. It's lost an extra percent since then, but 34% of the armor was smashed away in that one engagement. 3 engagements like that would completely destroy the armor, or 2 would basically put it beyond usefulness. It puts it into the tattered range. Now, where did we put that Zeus hammer? We are also going to bury Gank in the fridge for now. We may have to come up with a more permanent solution, but that can wait. First, we just need to, well, stabilize a little bit. Get all these corpses out of the way before they start to stink. Probably burn them. We don't want to burn them in front of the ship. And crack open these 2 places and steal the goodies inside. This should hopefully get rid of the rot stink problem. And where are you going? Going for a walk. That seems like a bad location. How about you choose a different something to do today? Wait until all the corpses are burned away. The place will smell nicer. One of the reasons to this fight, excluding the surprise reinforcements, was they normally have these fancy floors. This is totemic limestone tile, which means you get a whole bunch of limestone out of it, which is very handy if you're trying to make a throne room. And the reason we wanted the throne room is so that we could get Sister Vex their silent levels, and then, we'd actually have a chance against such large, stupidly oversized attacks. But we're going to rip this up. We're also going to find some limestone that's lying around the place. There's plenty of limestone chunks around here. And we're going to finally floor the throne room. While we build this infrastructure, what we're going to do is go on one quick jaunt. We have loaded this passenger shuttle up, and we are heading over here. This is basically gold. The reason we need gold is we need the gold to actually make the throne room. Without it, we can't. Well, we need it for the literal throne. We also need it for the bed. You need a royal bed. There's a lot of stuff we're going to need it for. Now, let's see what kind of dangers await when we land. Ambush, eh? Your colonists are being ambushed? Is that a bullfrog? Yeah, there seems to be some maddened bullfrogs. Okay then. Vex, do you have to? Oh, we're also doing a little bit of research in the background. One of the things we're trying to get our hand on is vacuum cryptosleep caskets. Why is that locked? Oh, we need cryptosleep caskets. 1 second. Yeah, we're going to grab ourselves cryptosleep caskets just for corpse storage. Well, this little jaunt netted us a nice little batch of gold. Let's see, all of you can get on board, and gold-wise we got 394. Very nice. Oh, animals. We could go kill the horses, but honestly, not worth the effort. All aboard. We're heading back home. Alright, Timbronia is just about finished with this throne. I would like to make it out of something nicer than steel and gold, jade and gold. It actually looks pretty cool. Or even gold and gold. But this is all we got for now. What's this make the room impressiveness? Yeah, I can't tell because the impressiveness goes off the page. Damn it! Now, quest-wise. No, we need 2 drapes and a harpsichord. Well, first things we've got to do is we're going to put together a piano. Piano or harpsichord should do. And then we're going to need 2 drapes as well to go with this. The throne room is finally ready. Vex can get promoted. We have held out on a long time on this because every time there just wasn't enough space. And then we needed fancier equipment for, well, all of the upgrades that we're going to get. They needed a freaking harpsichord before we could call this in. Well, we went straight to the piano because next level they're going to require the piano. Might as well get that now. We're also going to have to put in a proper bedroom for them so that they're not going to be too unhappy. But that can wait. We've gone through all of this and got all of this done. Well, namely as a little bit of a post-mortem for Gank. I'll go through it more, what I should have done, what I think happened. It's been bugging me. I basically took a break after that fight and had to think about it. I'm like, what did I do wrong? What happened? What should we have done differently? I'll go over that in a minute. But first it's time to have a bestowing ceremony. Participant count is 8 out of 17. Well, yeah, that's kind of to be expected. We don't really have enough people to do a mass, super big bestowing ceremony. But we kind of did want to keep this as a more close-knit community. It's just once the pawns go past about 12 to 15, they all start to blur together. All right, Vex. Please roll some good ones. The thing is, the silings they get can vary quite a bit. So let's see what they get. Okay, Baron title gained. That's wonderful. They now have a whole bunch of requirements, most of which we don't hit. They got an honorable bestowing ceremony, which means I think they got a bunch of extra juice out of it, did they? Well, yeah, they're a Baron. They also gained access to a bunch of permits. I think we'll be going with Aerodrone Strike at least. Yeah, how many points do we have? Unused permit points, 4. Yeah. Aerodrone Salvo, we'll call that later. Janissary Squads, ooh. Thing is, normally I would just grab the transport shuttle. It's so useful, but we already have a transport shuttle? Huh. You know what? We're just going to leave all of those for now. We'll worry about them later. For Psi abilities, they get Chunk Skip, Neural Heat Dump, Vertigo Pulse, which is pretty useful. Smoke Pop, less so, but can be useful. And Fire Skip, which is very, very useful. We also have on hand... Damn it, they're not actually finished the bestowing ceremony. And now that they're finished the bestowing ceremony, we have a Word of Love and Skip. And I think the Skip sidecast is the first thing they're going to learn. That is super duper handy. All right, a post-mortem on what went wrong. The first thing was we actually picked the right location. When you're going in to attack these hunting sites, what you really want to do is avoid ones that have lots of Z's in the name. Reason being, if they have lots of Z's, you're going to be facing off against impids. And impids are bad because they breathe flame, and Sister Vex doesn't like it. But it's not a perfect guessing game. If sometimes you get it wrong, and they're going to have impids as part of their team. And if any impids had shown up on this, the fire would have caused Sister Vex to break. And that was it. That was literally the only thing that held the line. They smashed their way through. Like, they held the line, killed so many of them. Also, pretty sure Kugarian did a good job back there. We check for kills human-like right now. Kristazax is coming out on top with that aim assist. Timbronia was there for a long time. She's like one of the longest running colonists. Quoll actually did really good, but Kugarian, considering they've been blind for most of the while, I think most of their kills were from that last fight. Turns out having a masterwork minigun at close range does a lot of damage in a target-rich environment like that. Next up, the shield. Should have installed this ages ago. I knew what it did. The problem was we were running low on power. Effectively, we're flicking things on and off to try and keep the power going. And I was like, why plug in something else that we're probably not going to need? I figured we were covered. But that has been installed now, and this is the radius it will take up. It stays active, I think, for, I want to say a few hours, and has about 500 hit points. It's not perfect, but this will provide a bit of protection for our people while they're out here. I might actually move that back to here, so that it actually pulls in tighter, and it gives us a better cone. But we'll see. But first thing I did wrong was I landed near these two places. Way too close. I landed so close, we were not able to set up a firing line, and that's why we got swarmed by these initially and forced back in. Not a big deal. However, the reinforcements are what really messed us up. If you check out here on the hunting site, it says there's 31 people here. They got 180, or was it 160 reinforcements. Basically a 5 times increase, like 5 times as many people showed up in reinforcements than there were on site. And due to the Jade Palace playthrough, I know exactly what happened. When it comes to things like this is considered a combat tile. And they haven't really accounted for the grav ships, I don't think. So what normally happens is, you rock up, you attack with a caravan. Your caravan rocks in, and you'll have, your colonists, what they're carrying, maybe some sleeping bags, some pack animals, to carry away loot, that type of stuff. So you rock up with that, kill the enemies, and then what happens is the reinforcements arrive. And how the game grades how much to send in with the reinforcements is, it looks at how much stuff you've brought. Oh, wait, let me rephrase this. For it to generate the tile, it looks at your colony and uses your colony wealth to generate the amount of angry people that are going to be there. But once you arrive at the tile, it doesn't send in reinforcements based on your colony wealth. It bases it on the wealth of the amount of people and all the stuff you brought. And then it adds a multiplier of 500% on top of that. That's to basically, this is also what they use as a multiplier on all active combat tiles. Or that's what I believe is going on here, because that's what I experienced before in the past on an active combat tile. So it basically said, well, since we brought our entire base and effectively flew in here, it took 30, multiplied it by 5, and that's why we ended up at about 160 people showing up. Yeah, I don't think the game really accounted for that. I would like to point out here, I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing out, I don't think that was intentional. Normally, if you come to attack a place with 30 people, the game is good enough that it doesn't go, hey, you know what, let's send 5 times as many people as a surprise for you. I think this may be a slight bug. Definitely an interesting one that makes for fun times, and we'll have to see if we can't take on a few more. But for now, yes, that was not so much a mistake as a surprise we were not expecting. But my big mistakes. Ancient mining charges. Brought these from before. What I should have done was laid out about 3 of them. After the first attack was broken and the other 2 were still inbound, we could have laid out about 2 or 3 mining charges out here. The blast radius on those is pretty large, and it would have killed and softened up a whole bunch of them. That would have been... I never thought of them. I was thinking grenades, Molotovs, and the usual stuff. Secondly, I should have upgraded Sister Vex. I should have raised them up with the Empire ages ago. For example, just at Praetor level alone, all we needed was a floored throne room. We didn't need to have, I was holding out to try and get an impressively a flying floored room, just so we wouldn't have to redo it. No. We had them at level 4. We could have turned them into a Praetor. Getting all of this is actually pretty easy. It's only a 40-tile room. A 40-tile room would have been easy. We could have actually built it in here, probably. Remove some stuff, move some things around. We could have gotten it. And a level 4 Psycaster Sister Vex here, we could easily have then topped them up with the 2 Psylinks. We've got 2 more Psylinks here, so we could have upgraded them to level 6 with ease. But I wanted to save them. I was like, no, we'll save those, but we're not going to. Instead, we're going to immediately dump that extra Psylink in here, and what do we get? Mass Chaos Skip, the weakest level 6 skill it is possible to achieve. The other 3 available level 6 skills you can get are Berserk Pulse, which would have been really, really handy there. Berserk Pulse would have absolutely leveled a whole bunch of stuff. The second most handy is Manhunter Pulse. That used to be, well, pretty much trash as well, but against the anomaly stuff, it's actually quite powerful. And Skip Shield, which would be the third most helpful one. It prevents any bullets from getting in and out of an area. It's like in a small shield type area. But even that's better than Mass Chaos Skip, which just teleports people randomly, including behind you and into your base. No. So basically, the killer here was greed. I was greedy. I was trying to hold out to put in a full-on throne room. Should have just taken what I could get earlier. The last thing I want to bring up is basically the difficulty level we're playing on. We're not actually playing on super duper hard. We're just playing on losing is fun. We haven't gone custom, set it to losing is fun, and then cranked it up to 500%. The reason I haven't done that, and instead have left it on losing is fun, is, well, because you can take a little bit more ease and don't have to stress as much. Basically, if you play on 500% losing is fun and add a bunch of difficulty on top of it, you then end up using kill boxes or trap corridors or grenade boxes or, like, there's lots of little things you can do to deal with much larger threats. But I figure about 10 colonists facing off against 30 tribals, there's risks. There's going to be the occasional pawn that goes down. You're not going to be able to handle it perfectly every time around. And you don't have to actually maybe put down some stuff that looks a little bit too exploitative. I find it a nice balance, and you're able to rush through and actually experience more of the content faster, as opposed to, like, we shouldn't have this much wealth. If we were playing on 500% losing its fun difficulty, there'd be an awful lot less wealth, an awful lot less stockpiling. We'd be playing a lot more cautiously, and as well as that, it's an awful lot slower. We could, with the space available, throw in a nice 3-way grenade kill box in here, and definitely just murderize vast quantities of enemies. But that kind of, it takes some of the edge out of it, I think. So I kind of like to play it on the 220%, give us a bit of, or 220% threat, leave a little bit of extra to chance, and maybe the odd pawn goes down or not. Which brings us back to gank. Now, the thing is, normally I would just start immediately looking for a Resurrector Mech Serum. But I think that takes away the permanence of something. Like, gank died fighting off basically impossible odds. I really thought we were dead. There was a point there where I moved a pawn out of the middle to try and get our Grenadier into the middle so the Grenadier could keep firing. I really have to do more testing on grenades just to see. And the moment I moved that person out of there, someone just teleported and pushed through because there was just so many enemies there. We couldn't get the Grenadier in. I'm like, okay, now that's someone in the middle. That's more firepower, stopped firing. I thought we were dead at that point. But somehow, the team pulled through. I think our next religious upgrade is going to be something to make Vex maybe like a little bit of a religious icon, namely on the grounds that they held that. They started up front and they tanked just a ridiculous amount of damage to hold that off. But enough about that. One thing that needs to be changed is this. Someone pointed out something very interesting. This is the drop that happened last episode when those Scythers landed in the fuel room and fridge. Please note that 3 of the drop pods landed on top of batteries. That used to be impossible. They couldn't land on top of batteries. They couldn't land on top of any occupied tiles. But now, it seems they were perfectly capable of landing on top of batteries, which means what else are they perfectly capable of landing on? And you'll notice in the middle top right, or the top rightish, you'll see the 2 red arrows up there. Yes, this is horribly drawn in paint. I just threw this together real quick. One of them landed on top of a statue. There's a sculpture in that location. I know the screen's twisted differently on the current version, but yes, there was a sculpture and a campfire. So drop pods landed on top of those as well. I thought they couldn't land on top of those things. So now I'm concerned that can they land on top of fire foam poppers? What about slate shelves? Initially, this is set up so that if they couldn't land in here at all and they'd have to smash through doors to even get in here. But now, if they can land in there, now we've just got one super connected explosive room. This needs to be modified. There needs to be put fire break walls through here and here. Yeah, no, this can't be a thing. That's got to be changed. But that will be for the next episode. And after we move to the next tab, because we've really got to after those Thrumbos. Yeah, the Alpha Thrumbos expire in 3 days, so we have to go kill one of those as soon as possible. As for gank, there have been a few suggestions as that we should go and find ourselves an ancient underground area. One of the first places we raided had 3 underground locations for finding the Gravcore. We need to find another map like that, caravan in, and I want to make a permanent little minor settlement with one person or mechanoid or something to hold the line, and there we're going to store all the corpses of the fallen. We'll keep them there or put in crypto sleep caskets and store them for possible resurrection in the future. Or not. I don't know if it's right. They died protecting the people they cared about. Expendable lost. a wife and a friend all in one blow, and keeping them going. Yeah, it's taken a lot of booze and weed and psych IT and a lot of stuff. And I feel like bringing them back is almost sacrilegious at this point. They died doing what they loved. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck.